Oh, hey, didn't see you there. Deadpool. I've done him with swords, looking all serious, looking all muscular, but I haven't done a cheeky Deadpool. Like a little cheeky Deadpool. So, let's do this one. 3/4 pose, hand covering the mouth, saying oops, maybe. So, let's go. Center point here, come up. Eyes are kind of diagonal here, right? So we'll just go those white Deadpool eyes, curving over the top there, curving back around the bottom into here. The other eye, about eye width, maybe a little bit less. You could probably fit an eye just about between the two, and we're higher up on this side. We're diagonal because we're in 3/4 pose, and you just do the same thing here. Maybe a little bit smaller than the other one because we're in 3/4, and when you're in 3/4, things that are further away get smaller, basically. So we've got like a little sort of bag underneath his eye. Same on this side. And then kind of that shape around the eye, you know, that diamond kind of shape that he has. Coming around up here. This one's a little bit different because it's on like the side of his head. So got like the cheek part there, and then it comes around his cheek, comes up his head, and this side goes up as well. Down like that, right? And then there's like a little extra sort of stitching line or like an edge line coming around all this. It's just a lighter sort of line that makes it look a little bit 3D, sort of just coming around the edge of the mask. It's optional, but I find with Deadpool's mask it does help a bit just to make everything look a bit better. Can't really see it on this side because it goes around his head. Okay, and then sort of he's got like these lines that come down sort of towards his eyebrow, right? So, and his eyebrow is kind of high up, so he's not like frowning, right? So we got like this sort of thing. And then maybe a bit of an eyelid line curving around there. Give me that. Okay, that kind of thing, really. You don't need to do much more than that. Maybe a little eyelid on this side as well. He's like surprised. Okay, so his fingers are covering his mouth here, right? So we got like, say, like a light sort of nose line kind of thing there, like nothing major. And the cheek or the side of his face goes relatively straight down here. And there's like a gap, and then we have like his jaw going that way, and like the fingers are in here, okay? Right, and this is like his sort of ear area there. And then the back of his head and his neck is here. then there's a stitching line going down that way. And then the back of the head curves around this way. Maybe another stitching line just here. And the top of the head seems to curve around this way then. This bumps a little bit, sort of here. And then we can see that little thing that kind of sticks out the back of the head a bit. Back here somewhere. Stitching line on that. The stitching line here too. Okay, so that's his head. We'll do this hand, right? So his fingers are relatively simple, so they're just like bumps, right? It's because of the glove, they look like sort of relatively straight. You know, they don't have a lot of like finger bone lines and stuff on them. They just like bumping around here. I think there should be a stitching line here as well. So he's got fingerless sort of armored gloves on, right? So bumping around. Like they look real solid, sort of. And sort of textures on the mask as well is a good thing to do. You know, little dots like this, because the mask is quite bumpy. I think the fingers are as well. And then, so this part of the glove comes down there. We've got some armor on the thumb. And then the pinky part seems to come down here as well. And it joins the back of the hand, goes down there. And then the wrist. And there is a wristband, a black one. Right, so there's a few details on this glove. He's got his thumb sort of in here as well. And then there's different armor plates. So there's some armor on the thumb here. And then this is like encased in a little box. I guess there's like some wrist folds and stuff. And then there's 3 armor plates here. And like a line here, and then some sort of lines on these finger parts. Another little armor thing here, little dots and textures, stuff all on the metal. kind of like that. So collar here, black collar coming around his neck. And then it joins the red part of the suit here. This has all stitching lines and stuff on it. And then his shoulder, back, kind of just bumps off down here. And then we have the black shoulder pad. Couple of layers because there's like armor lines and all stuff on this. So then another one here. And so to make them look like a little bit three-dimensional, let's just go around these like this, just little edge lines. Make objects like this pop a bit more. Makes it look like they're sort of sitting up on his body rather than just being flat. And then there's all little sort of armor boxes and stuff all here, part of the suit. And again, like little scratches and details on especially the black stuff. And just thickening up maybe some of the lines around the edge makes it pop a bit more as well. Right, his katanas, so they're kind of crossing one another at his back, one going that way, one going kind of relatively straight up here. So the top of it will be sort of turned sideways here. And then there's usually like a little cap on it. Like that. And then the back of the swords, kind of bumpy, because they're wrapped in sort of, you know, material. And the bottom just there. And if you want, you can like add some texture to all that. So like some crossing lines on the side and on the front. Okay, and then there's like a hand guard down here, a little rectangle with an edge. And then where the blade sits inside the sword, just there. Other one going that way, so going like behind his head. You can just see that wrist guard or hand guard. And maybe that's the side of it there, and then we'll just go this way for our lines. And Deadpool cheeky pose. Hope it's helpful. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.